welcome back to the second session. If you are following the meditation days, it's now the morning of the first day. And usually when we start a retreat, there is some things that have kind of piled up before we start. And it's very, very natural that we might be a bit tired. And so I hope that after that, hopefully relaxing meditation yesterday in the evening, you were able to really rest and have a good night's sleep. And so you have a bit more energy this morning. Because there is two things that we have to balance when we meditate, when we walk on this path. And it's the relaxation on one hand and the energy on the other hand. So very often it's hard for people to relax. So even if you get a bit sleepy or get a bit dull at times, that is no problem. Usually the body was deprived of those things. The mind was also deprived of getting a rest. So when it's available, they kind of grab it. And then we might get tired, we might fall asleep, we might kind of sink in our meditation. And that's okay. But then once we gave the body and the mind enough time to rest and to recuperate, then we want to make sure that we get a nice balance there. So it's like yesterday when I was guiding the meditation with this image of the puppet. You have the relaxation on one hand, but you also have the wakefulness and being upright there on the other hand. By that one string which is attached there to the top of your head and is holding the spine. So there is those two forces, if you want to call them, coming together and being balanced and working out in the right way. So the other picture that came to mind for me, it's a bit like floating. So you want to make sure you don't sink in the water. You sink down into dullness, into sleepiness, into spacing out, just being lost in that way. But you also want to make sure you are not paddling like crazy to stay afloat and then tiring yourself out. And then the next thing is you will actually fall asleep. You will get tired. So the floating is this state which is in between, where you balance those two things. So you don't have this sinking on the one hand, but you also don't have the restlessness, the running around, or the effort that you're putting in, kind of like a hard effort that tires you out. So it takes a bit of time to find the balance there. And also with peace, peace is actually a very subtle object. And if the mind is not subtle enough, it's very difficult for the mind to settle into that object and to rest on that object. So what we were trying to achieve yesterday was to settle the thoughts and the activity and thinking that we have to do things or worry about things that happened in the past or that will happen in the future. So to let go of these things and to make sure that we remember what's done is finished. Now we want to give the mind which is a bit more refined already, an object to settle onto. And it doesn't really matter. I found that so inspiring and interesting, the way like how Ajahn Brahm teaches. It doesn't really matter what that object is. What is so much more important is our relationship we have towards that object. So basically what we put between us, the observer, and the object and the subject, if you want to talk about it in this way. So you want to make sure that in that space in between, there are wholesome states. There is kindness, there is peace, there is patience, there is gentleness. And then joy starts to arise. Then relaxation starts to arise. Then delight starts to arise. And once delight is present, then the delight is what naturally sticks the mind to the object, lets it settle there and lets it rest there. So kindness is something really, really important, and I'd like to focus a little bit on that during this session today, or this morning actually. There'll be another session in the evening. The other simile that arose for me, because it is close to the fire season and we had a bit of stormy weather here in Melbourne. For the people who are watching this in Melbourne, they will know what I'm referring to. There have been a few quite strong storms recently, and they've taken down quite a few trees. So one of the pine trees, a really healthy, nice pine tree, just broke at the bottom and bang, came crashing down. Luckily, it was just like on a field on the grass, so it didn't matter. But so the monks chopped that up and made a big pile of wood and burned that. And every time that happens in the monastery, I'm amazed, and I'm also reminded of all the times when I was sitting close to fire, or when I was standing close to fire, especially outside, but I guess also, inside when you have a fireplace. There is this magical thing with the fire. I don't think it's just me. The fire is such a simple thing, and there is nothing really exciting going on. I mean, if you compare it with watching a movie or whatever, watching a fire is actually really boring. And in meditation, a lot of the objects we are watching by themselves are quite boring as well. But they have this magic, like the warmth of the fire, like the flickering of the flames, the coals, some sparks flying at times as well. It depends what kind of fire it is. But the fire naturally draws you in, and I very often when I walk past the fire, it comes very naturally to me to just sit there, stand there, and just enjoy the fire, enjoy the warmth. And I found that is quite a nice simile for what we are doing in meditation as well. So once that delight is there, once that warmth is there, once that interest is there, you forget the time. You are just happy to hang out and close to that fire. And of course, for the people who know Ajahn Brahm and his stories well, they will remember the coffee shop story that Ajahn Brahm tells, where he says it's like when you call up a friend and you say, haven't seen you for a long time. let's go for coffee somewhere, or for tea, or for lunch. What would you like to do? And we offer the opportunity to the other person to say what they would like to do. And then we go to their favorite place. Let's assume it's summer and it's a place where there is some ice cream that the person really likes. So, you make that appointment, and then you go there with that person, and you choose the place the person likes to sit at, and you let them choose the ice cream they like, and the coffee and tea or whatever it might be, or and then you sit there and have a chat, and time just passes by without you really noticing. And you enjoy each other's company. You delight in each other's company. So now, but if you call up your friend on the phone and then say, "Oh, I haven't seen you for a long time, let's do something together." And then you say, "Oh, okay, I want to go to this whatever burger place, and I really like this kind of burger and fries, and that's why we're going there." And you don't really consider the other person at all. And then you also, want to tell them what the conversation is going to be you're going to be having, or you're trying to control things in such a way that there is no real relationship, that there is no delight, that there is no listening, that there are no wholesome qualities between you and that other person, as a simile there. And then that other person will run away. So even on the phone, they will already realize that they don't really want to hang out with you. So they will say, "Oh, I've just seen I have a dentist appointment, or I'm busy, or whatever. My family, we have to go for a soccer match or whatever, or my kids need to be picked up." And even if we go to the coffee shop, or we go to the restaurant, or whatever it might be with that person, then they will try to avoid us, go to the restroom, or they will, try to finish the conversation and get out as soon as possible. And that's unfortunately what sometimes happens in meditation as well. If the relationship is not right, if we don't listen, if we don't give the body and the mind the space it needs, if we don't cooperate, if we don't live in harmony, if we don't delight in each other's company, then yes, meditation is not going to work. And then this settling onto an object that we're watching actually can't happen. Then the relaxation is not there either. So let's see if we can, in this guidance into meditation, have a little look at the relationship that we have to our bodies, to our thoughts, to our mind, and then, yeah, even to our breaths, or our breath. If we try to control the breath, then the same thing will happen there. The breath will try to escape, and then we try to grab it and hold it, and it just doesn't work. But if we can enjoy each other's company, the breath and we and the breath, the breath and I, or then also when peace starts to arise, can we just enjoy the peace without trying to change it this way or that way? Okay, let's meditate together. As usual, let us first settle into a comfortable position. And when we close our eyes, then we can really feel into what our body is up to. so that we can adjust. Very often during the day we are really out of touch with our bodies, and we push and pull them in all sorts of directions. We demand things of our bodies, we judge them, we blame them, we squeeze them into certain ideas that we have about them. Instead of just allowing them to be, allowing our bodies to be what they are. And for a change, actually asking the body, what do you need, body? Can I move you in any way? Can I scratch you? Can I massage you a little bit, whatever it might be? And just greeting your body. Hi, body. It's quite a long time. I haven't really spent some quality time with you. And now I would be free. What about you? Would you be free to hang out with me and to relax? How do you wish to sit today? What is the best way of sitting for you today, right now? And by the way, thank you for all the work that you do for me in the background without, asking for anything in return. Just maintaining so many things in this vehicle that I have in this life. To get around, to reach things, to be warm and protected, to get the energy I need. It's really kind of you, body. To do all these things for me. You give me a home. To live in. So now is the time to give this home a little bit of a spring clean, so to speak. Freshen it up. And please let yourself be guided by your own body. I can't speak for your body. And even mine is different every day. See how you can make your body feel at ease. See how you can be good company to your body. How you can delight in each other's company. How you can relax and be at ease in each other's company. How you can make peace with your body. If this is new to you, it might take a bit of experimentation. Whatever leads to relaxation and to this warm, fuzzy feeling, to this warm glow, like the fire that I spoke about before, that you just want to sit close to. And that you want to bask in, that you want to soak up and enjoy. If these things arise, then you know you're on the right track. And as you settle into being together with your body, make sure there is kindness, there is gentleness, there is peace, and also patience. rushing things is another way of controlling, of expectation, instead of acceptance. If you can stay with your body in this way, wonderful. But if there is thoughts and emotions that arise, greet them as well. Hi, mind. Don't even think about you much. Doing so much work in the background. Perceiving and processing, and handling all the sense impressions that come into our system. Figuring things out, imagining, planning. Helping me to have an easy life, really, because so many things are habits that are running in the background. Thank you for doing all that hard work. Thank you for remembering. For keeping me safe. I now have time to hang out. To grow some wholesome mind states. To be peaceful. To delight. What can I do, mind, to give you a rest? or if the breath becomes the object, greeting it, welcoming it. And riding on the waves of the in-breath and the out-breath with it. Delighting in its company. Delighting in things settling, in things becoming more simple, more natural. So whatever the object might be, remember the magic ingredient. Or actually the magical ingredients of kindness, of allowing, of welcoming, of delight. Please find the right way for you to carry on with this meditation. In the spirit of being kind to whatever arises. Being kind to your body, to your mind, to your breath. To thoughts and emotions. Feeling your way to a peaceful relationship enjoy hanging out with your body and mind. Enjoy the rest of your meditation.